Excellency, for giving us ideas of what kind of system we need, culture we need here. And you spoke so much of English. But education, you rightly pointed out. Our problem in India has been politicization of Indian education, politicalization of Indian education. Whether it is in the primary school or it is in the universities, India has been a victim of politics of education because education was not taken as a source of inspiration, knowledge, but used as a power, political tool to get votes in terms of dividing by languages. But basic problem is our university used to produce leaders. Most of the leaders in the last 10 years have been from the university leadership. They have been coming. But coming back to your role, because when I say politicalization of Indian education, higher education is in a mess in India. We have about 800, 900 universities, private universities now. And we have so many government universities also. None of them finds a place in the first 50 global universities. There must be rotten in our state of education. My feeling is universities in India, this is after looking at the last 5-10 years experience, politicalization of Indian university, making governors who are political appointees as chancellor of any university is like sowing the seeds for fighting on political lines. Am I right? Because you have been also chancellor of university, that a chancellor who's appointed by a political establishment, a former politician, can he disconnect himself from the ideology which he represents and the objective of a good higher education?
Before I come to the role of the chancellor, one more thing I would like to point out, that unfortunately for a long period of time, education, instead of becoming source of enlightenment, and as it has been said in our tradition, education is something which liberates us. Sa vidya ya vimuktaye. Instead of that, education for a long period of time became something like you need a license to carry a gun. So in order to pursue some profession, you need some degrees. And it became divorced. India has always believed in Gyan Vigyan Sahitam. Gyan and Vigyan. Vigyan is to know the world outside. And Gyan is, there is a whole world inside you. So Gyan Vigyan Sahitam. Sangya Pragyam Apekshate. The end of all scholarship, all learning, is wisdom which results in doing good to others. Unfortunately, that is the major ill from which our system of education suffered for long period of time, because Macaulay had a clear vision. Not that I would like to say that was alien. Nothing is alien. Anything from Indian viewpoint, nothing human is alien to us. But they had a limited objective of that education, to create India, to educate a number of Indians who can serve them. And they were prepared only for that purpose. The holistic view was not there. And unfortunately, that even after independence, we did not give up that line of thinking. And now with certain modifications were made, I won't say that we had followed totally that line, but overwhelmingly we continued that tradition. But now with new education policy of 2020, I think at least on the level of policy, there is a sea change. When you talk about the role of the governor as chancellor, certainly there is we must not forget that for a long period of time, very long period of time, India was politically fragmented. It was that politically fragmented India when Shankaracharya arose from Kerala and he went around the country, created 4 mutts, and people generally say that by establishing these 4 mutts, he created a sense of unity among Indians who were essentially politically deeply fragmented. India was divided into small parts. But I personally believe that buildings, it is ideas, not buildings, which bring change. What the achievement of Shankaracharya was not creation of 4 mutts. The real thing which he did was, he took out 4 Mahavakyas from the 4 Vedas and gave one Mahavakya to each one of these mutts. And all those 4 Mahavakyas, they have almost the same meaning. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, Pragyanam Brahma, Ayam Atma Brahma. Meaning that the unique contribution of Indian civilization is that it has divinized humanity and has humanized the divinity. And if I use the words of Swami Vivekananda, he said, my mission, and remember that right from Shankaracharya to Swami Vivekananda, no one has ever claimed originality. They have only reinterpreted the old ideals and values into taking into consideration the new environment and the changes which have taken place. So Swami Vivekananda said, my mission can be explained in very simple words. I want to teach unto mankind. He did not say to Indians. I want to teach unto mankind their divinity and its manifestation in all movements of life. That is what, that part is what was totally lacking in our education, because it has a universal approach. As I said earlier, religion, any culture defined by religion will create others. Any culture defined by race will create others, because everyone does not belong. We believe that all people, ekam sad vipra bahuda vadanti. All people should not be confined to one single interpretation of reality. That we have this universe. To give an illustration, there are older democracies. They did not give voting right to women. Why? Because they were influenced by the Greek thought, which has really shaped the European mind, that women do not have the soul. Black people do not have the soul. And somebody who does not have Atma is fit for exploitation. We have a right to exploit them. India had only 14 or 15% literacy rate when we became free. We started with universal franchise. Why? Our leaders were better than them? That is not the reason.
Sorry,
our cultural values were different.
Interrupt you because
yes.
Basic question, the topic is chancellors and governors. So I want to ask a very specific question.
Yes.
Do you think time has come that governors and president and vice president, they should not be appointed chancellors or visitors of any university? Let to the academicians only.
No, I do not agree. And this background I have given you only to emphasize, highlight the thing that in India, forces which are of divisive nature, they are of ancient yore, whereas our unity is a political unity. I'm not talking of cultural and spiritual unity. Cultural and spiritual unity, it is because of that political unity has come. But politically, India has been fragmented. And there is no dearth of politicians who are swayed when they get public support, who get swayed and they start pursuing things which are not really very conducive to strengthen the national unity. They start doing things which give strength to divisive mindset.
So you mean to say-
Therefore,
Sir,
and autonomy of the university, here you have educators sitting here. Autonomy of the university is a sacred concept. In United Kingdom, when a minister has to seek opinion of an academician, he never calls him to his office. The minister himself goes to the house or the office of the academician. In USA, if you have to give evidence, whosoever you may be, you will have to stand in the dock. But if a teacher comes, whether teacher is from primary school or from university, he is the only one, she is the only one who is offered a chair there. Unless we show respect for the autonomy of the universities and to protect the autonomy of the universities, you will have to save the universities from interference by the executive. And the only way you can save it from from interference by the executive is that the chancellor should not be appointed by the executive.
No, I'm just saying, okay, we'll go because time is a little. So basically, you're saying that for autonomy of the university, you need a politician to be the chancellor of a university, whether selected by a government who is at the center or in the state, because it happened conflict between that. So you're saying there's no need for a change of present people, governors heading the university.
Honorable President and governors, I think it was a very wise decision taken by, at that time, that chancellorship or the responsibility to protect the autonomy of the university shall not be wasted in the government, but at the central level in the Honorable President and at the state level in the governors.
Other question you must have read in the newspaper, I have also read it. Honorable retired Justice of Supreme Court, Nariman, has pointed out about the role of governors in his speech recently, which he has chosen you also there in that.
He has chosen to?
He has spoken about chancellors and everything about the judgment.
Okay. No,
So what do you want to say about Mr. Rohington?
Well,
Because Rohington is well respected. He is not a person who is politically aligned, but he has taken.
No, I don't think you have read it really with care or heard the speech carefully. His whole anger was directed at me. He was not talking even about the chancellors. He was just showing his deep anger against me. And Governor of Kerala, although the fact is, most of it about me, he did not mention Punjab governor, he did not mention Tamil Nadu governor. All three cases were pending there. He was unhappy with me. I wish he had told the audience what I have here with me, this paper, and I will give it to you. The government of Kerala has sanctioned. What is the name of the Honorable retired judge of the Supreme Court, whom you have mentioned? What is his name? Say a bit loudly.
Rohington?
Full name.
Full name, I call him Rohington.
Full name. Rohington Nariman.
Nariman is
Is
father.
that right? Is that right? Now I will read the government of Kerala. This is Gazette notification. The Advocate General has requested the government wide reference so-and-so to sanction 30 lakh rupees to be paid to Shri Fali S. Nariman, Senior Advocate of the Supreme Court, 9,90,000 to Subhash Sharma, his junior, 4 lakh to Shri Zafir Ahmed, again his junior, and 3 lakh rupees to Shri Vinod K. Anand, his clerk. Total is 30 lakh, almost 14 lakh, and 3 lakh.
Which year? Which year?
About the same, this case, the case which was filed against us in the Supreme Court.
Fali appeared there.
He had not appeared. This is what I am telling you. Only for giving opinion. Only for giving opinion. I wish he had informed his audience that there is some conflict of interest when he was speaking against me.
I will not get into
And in fact, this is very important. Can anybody in this hall imagine of approaching the Supreme Court if he has to pay this fat amount to the advocate only for giving opinion, not even to appear in the court? The father is receiving the money and son is blasting the governor for having not allowed a situation where that opinion can help the Kerala government. That is my answer.
Anyway, you have given us information because Fali Nariman is very respected.
Sorry?
Fali Nariman is the most respected.
Sir, most
jurist even
respected.
now.
I am not saying he is not respected.
And
I am only showing you the gazette notification of the Kerala government.
I agree.
Will you be in a position, if your case goes to the Supreme Court, will you be in a position to pay, and you are one of the leading men in the country, will you be in a position to pay 40 lakhs only for opinion?
I would not get into debate with the Honorable
Sir,
President on
what
this.
kind of...
I will take it as information.
Sir, we are discussing education. What is happening to our judicial system?
I will take it as information for a newspaper, so
Yeah.
that is, I won't comment on
Yes.
whether it's right or wrong,
Yes.
because let the public judge about it.
Yes.
I will leave it to the audience for
Sir,
one.
if somebody from my family is being paid such huge amount, and without mentioning that fact, I am lambasting somebody in my public lecture, is it even in accordance with the principles of the natural justice? The bills about which they had gone to the court, there must be sitting many lawyers here. Though the bills which have been passed by the assembly, the purpose is to remove the governor as chancellor and give the authority to the government to appoint the chancellors for each university. Now you will incur some expenditure on the office of the chancellor, and if you incur some expenditure, then there is a constitutional provision, then that bill will be called money bill. And if you want to pass a money bill, you need prior approval of the governor. In order to curtail that, what they did, they passed on the responsibility to meet the expenses to the universities. In my opinion, those bills are money bills. Those bills, no way I can approve them. But Honorable former Justice is saying, I do not know whether he has read the file, I do not know whether he knows the objection which I have, yet he has chosen to lambast me. But this paper shows that there is a conflict of interest. His father and his juniors have been paid 40 lakh rupees by the Kerala government.
Good information. Anyway, now we have to know that how Arif Mohammed Khan is a man of conviction rather than convenience, and he does what he feels his conviction is right. Thank you very much for coming, because we don't have enough time.
Thank you very
But we
much.
appreciate
Thank
your
you very
comment.
much.
Thank you very much.